Welcome to the Kiss Army Things podcast. This is episode 32. My name is Xander. As you can see, it's just me today. Jeb wasn't able to make it. He actually got a promotion at work, so that's awesome. Good for Jeb. He couldn't be here today, so it's just me. But thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you're a new viewer, go ahead and subscribe, like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you're a Kiss fan, this is definitely the channel for you. If you're a regular viewer, you already know what's going on around here. But anyway, so even though it's just me, I still want to do the Kiss Spotlight. Every week we always talk about what Kiss album we've been jamming, what we've been listening to, what we've been getting into. And I actually am going to be spotlighting this right here. This is called Pure Fire, the Ultimate Kiss compilation. I don't know if you've heard of this or if you've seen this. I didn't know anything about it. Jeb and I were actually out record shopping one day and came across that and was like, what? I never heard of that. So I went ahead and bought it because, of course, it's Kiss. And what it is it's a tribute album, kind of like Kiss My Ass in 95, but this is like, or 94 or whatever. But this is like, modernized and to me a whole lot better. So these are, it's 11 covers, 11 Kiss covers from all kinds of different artists. Just to give you a few, a sample of some of the artists that are on here. You've got Dee Snider and Tommy Shaw, guys like Mark Slaughter and Chris Jericho from Fozzy, Kip Winger, Paul Gilbert, Buzz Osborne Blasco, Lemmy Kilmister, and Bob Kulick. Bob Kulick actually, I think, produced this. This was produced by Bob Kulick and Bruce Boyle. Bule, I could be mispronouncing that last name, but it's a very, very well-produced CD. Bob Kulick, you did a great job on this. This is very, very, very well-produced. It's all 70s Kiss songs. None of these go outside the 70s. They're all classics. For like instance, you got Detroit Rock City, Love Gun, Cold Gin, I Want You, but these are not just your run-of-the-mill cookie-cutter Kiss covers. These are modern metal takes on 70s Kiss classics. I mean, you've got shredding over riffs, you've got double bass drumming, in all kinds of different areas. So, I mean, there's a lot of liberties taken with this, but it's really, really cool. I enjoyed listening to this, and so if you're someone who likes Kiss's music but maybe wants to hear it in a different sound, in a different pocket with different musicians all, supporting Kiss or celebrating Kiss, definitely check out Pure Fire, the Ultimate Kiss compilation. I think you'll like it. What I did not anticipate was there's actually a DVD included with, I guess, some interviews and things with the musicians that were featured on this disc. I actually have not watched that yet. I didn't know that when I bought it. I just bought it on a whim, thinking, hey, this is probably, something really cool to check out. It's obviously Kiss related. It's brand new, produced by Bob Kulick. So I definitely would recommend this disc, and I'm going to have to check out that DVD and see what's on it. But anyway, I'm also drinking that Money Bag Soda, and thank goodness, because I'm going to be doing all the talking today, so I'm going to be real thirsty. Anyway, the point of this episode is to just basically do a big show and tell. If you've watched some of these episodes, you know that towards the end, I'll usually open a package that I've received or show something new from the collection that I've gotten. That's basically what I'm going to be doing this entire episode because, again, it's just me. I don't really have anybody to talk to. Of course, I have you, which thank you again for joining me, but you guys really can't talk back to me right now, so... I'm just basically going to show off a bunch of stuff that I've gotten. At this point, I'm not even sure what I've purchased, which is kind of the fun part, is that you buy it thinking, yep, I want that, and then by the time it ships and you just kind of wait around for the podcast like I do. I'm not even sure what I have, but I do have the Kiss knife, so I will open some of this stuff up and we'll just get right into it. I probably should have opened some of this stuff off camera to prevent the whole, but I don't know, maybe I'll just cut all of that out. Anyway, so let's get into some of this stuff because, I have no idea what I have. So, this is all wrapped up. Hang on. I love how there's like all this extra packaging for cassettes, which I'm thankful for. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad. It's kind of funny. There was all kinds of packaging there for these cassettes. So I've been really into cassettes lately. I collect, CDs and vinyl, and I have most of that stuff already. But one thing I've been trying to complete is my cassette collection. So over the last couple years, I've been trying to, focus on that a little bit. And so I actually just got double platinum. Both tapes. It's of course a double cassette. It's one of my favorite Kiss compilations, and I actually almost forgot about it as far as the cassette version of it because I have a lot of the cassettes at this point. I'm thinking, I'm doing pretty well, and I came across double platinum and thought, how did I forget double platinum? I have to get double platinum. Definitely one of my favorite Kiss compilations. It was probably one of the first Kiss CDs I ever listened to, that Jeb and I listened to way back when we were little. That was our sort of ticket, our insight to the 70s Kiss. We only had a handful of Kiss albums, and we were born in the 90s, so there was all kinds of Kiss material that existed. We didn't have most of it. Double Platinum was kind of our all-encompassing, 70s Kiss fix. Now, this is really interesting. As you all know, their Kiss Online recently did the Greatest Kiss, the anniversary of the Greatest Kiss release on vinyl, which I actually passed up. I know, which is kind of crazy, because as collectors, you just kind of buy everything. I certainly don't. I can't. But I actually decided to pass on the Greatest Kiss vinyl release. And even though I collect vinyl, and I do have some of those Kiss compilations and those greatest hits, I'm really only mostly focused on studio albums and live albums. And again, you just can't buy everything. So I think instead of getting the Greatest Kiss release, I got the Revenge 30th Anniversary, which ironically I don't have with me. I know some folks have been getting theirs, which is great. Hopefully I'll get mine in the next few days. I haven't even got my email that's saying that it's shipped yet. But anyway, so ironically I don't have that, and I didn't get the Greatest Kiss vinyl release, but I did pick up this Greatest Kiss sealed Greatest Kiss cassette. And this was the reason why I bought this and not the vinyl, is because I didn't even know they were still doing cassettes, releasing music on cassettes around 97, whatever it was. I do have Psycho Circus on cassette, so that makes sense. But again, by 97, cassettes really weren't a thing. I mean, CDs were dominating. So to see not just a Greatest Kiss cassette, but a sealed Greatest Kiss cassette, I did obviously pay a little bit more for this, and I did both both tapes for double platinum. But either way, very cool and very unique. I'm all about the unique stuff, and so even though I didn't get Greatest Kiss, which is kind of funny, I didn't get it on vinyl, but I got it on cassette. Really, really cool to see a sealed cassette from 97. I don't know if there's anything left in here. There is. Okay, so this is kind of ironic. Here I am talking about greatest hits albums and all that. So I guess I got Kiss Gold sealed on CD. Another one I don't have. Well, now I do. But yeah, it's crazy how many greatest hits. I mean, we could keep buying greatest hits and all those albums, forever and ever. And what's funny is that I'm actually going to have to get a bigger CD rack, because the one I have right now is actually filled to the brim with just Kiss. I used to have Kiss in the front, and then in the back had a few non-Kiss CDs, but at this point the whole thing is, so I'm going to have to get a bigger CD rack. But I can at least now add Kiss Gold to that, which is really cool. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys are out there collecting, because I know I'm not the only person that just likes to collect Kiss stuff and gets all this stuff coming in. So definitely in the comments, be sure to leave me some of the stuff that you're collecting. Obviously, I love Kiss collecting, and I can't collect everything, but I like to see what everybody else has. And of course, I'm sharing it with you, so you need to share it with me. Now this, I am all about the cassettes, I guess. So this is a cassette single. For Domino specifically. Obviously, I've been buying some cassettes, but even cassette singles. Let's Put the X in Sex and You Make Me Rock Hard. I've been going for these cassettes lately, and I found Domino, the single, on cassette, and just immediately had to get that. Very, very unique. Revenge is one of my favorite Kiss albums, or is my favorite Kiss album. And the B-side to this is actually Car Jam. And that, to me, was kind of surprising. I mean, obviously, I guess this album was dedicated to Eric Carr and in his memory, but with Domino as the single and Car Jam as the B-side, that was definitely something else that made me want to buy this. Now, I have a question for everybody out there, because you guys are probably, or maybe not everybody, but maybe somebody out there is a lot older than I am and was alive and was around, back then. So I have to ask, did anybody ever actually listen to cassette singles like this? Because it seems so odd to me that you would just pop this in your cassette player and listen to one song and then flip it and listen to one song or one track and have all the rest of it just be dead space on the cassette. I mean, the cassette can hold a lot. Maybe these are, I don't know, maybe they're modified to only hold that much music on it, but it seems kind of odd that you would have a whole cassette with just two songs. But maybe that's just another way to move units and move sales and generate income and generate money. Who knows? But either way, super cool. obviously I'm into all the music so far with the Kiss Spotlight and some of this stuff. I don't know what else we have, but yeah. Okay, so now it's all coming back to me. So check this out. Okay, it's a Gene Simmons. It probably looks even sillier because I had the tag on it. But anyway, so this is a Gene Simmons Halloween mask, Sonic Boom specifically. Now, the reason why I was so drawn to this is not because I collect Halloween masks or Halloween costumes, but actually Sonic Boom. I must have been under the impression that back in 2009 when Sonic Boom came out and they had that Kiss corner at Walmart that you could go to, and there was all kinds of Kiss merch, Kiss stuff, Sonic Boom CDs, t-shirts, all that. I must have just thought that was it. That was all the Sonic Boom related stuff. What was it? There was M&Ms and, of course, the CD and the T-shirt, and they had, I think, trading cards and even fleece blankets. I don't think the fleece blankets had Sonic Boom on it, but either way, there was, a lot of stuff at those Kiss corners in Walmart, but I thought that was it. I didn't realize that there was actually additional merchandise released. I'm assuming these were on the shelves around Halloween at Walmart when the album came out, because it came out, October 6th? So that's Halloween time, so I'm surprised I didn't see these in the store at that time. But I have it now, and that's super awesome. I can assume that there was one made for Paul, the Star Child, and maybe even the Catman Spaceman. I don't know. But I saw the Demon. I had to get the Demon. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, all of this stuff, at least so far, all of this stuff, so far has come from KissMuseum.com. And if you're a Kiss collector and you're not buying from KissMuseum.com, I don't know what you're doing. Peter Arquette has been a Kiss dealer, Kiss collector, and Kiss retailer for a long, long time, and just has the most awesome stuff at very reasonable prices. KissMuseum.com is what started me on Kiss collecting, and Jeb too. They used to have the paper catalogs back in the day, and if you watch our Kissmas episode, we talk more about the catalogs in that episode, but Kiss Museum was where I got started Kiss collecting. A lot of this stuff has obviously come from Kiss Museum, so big shout out to Kiss Museum, big shout out to Peter Arquette, and for any Kiss collector out there who wants things like cassette singles, sealed cassettes, and merchandise from new and old. I have some vintage shirts that I've shown on the show before. I've got from Kiss Museum, so awesome site. Definitely check them out. I'm going to move on because I think I may have a few more things. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Oh, yeah. So this is a 2-for-1. So this is a flyer for Guitar Center. Apparently Kiss did some kind of sweepstakes back in 2010 for the Hottest Show on Earth tour. Sonic Boom tour, right around there. I'm a graphic designer, so I like advertisements, I like posters and graphics and things like that. So I have a few running around, but this one definitely was really cool. I did see Kiss on the Hottest Show on Earth tour, and yeah, hottest prize on Earth. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's Hottest Show on Earth. But either way, it was only a couple bucks, so why not, right? I'm a graphic designer, I'm a Kiss fan, it's 2-in-1, but now this, it's kind of coming out there. I'll have to watch that. But this is obviously it's a 45. But it's Heaven's on Fire backed with, I think, Lonely is the Hunter. This is side A, it's Heaven's on Fire. So I think side B is Lonely is the Hunter. But so yeah, I'm a vinyl collector, and so 45s are really cool too. I don't have a tremendous amount of 45s, but I can add this one to the collection. Heaven's on Fire, probably a top 5 for me. I don't know where it ranks for you, whether it's one of those ones that you love it and it's great, or you think it's overplayed and it's stale. For me, I mean, it's probably a top 5 Kiss song for me. So I definitely wanted to get that 45. I think. All right, what now? Oh, okay, for sure. Kiss Him Cologne. This one I definitely forgot that I bought. All of this is coming back to me. This one I totally forgot about. Now I am obsessed with this stuff. This Kiss Him, Kiss Her fragrance line they did back in 2006. I don't know why. When it first came out, I remember seeing it in the Kiss catalog thinking, this is stupid. I don't want any of that stuff. Why is Kiss doing cologne and perfumes and soaps or whatever? And it's funny how as time passes, 10 years later, 20 years later, I love that stuff. I actually have I'm looking at it right now, a huge collection of the Kiss Him, Kiss Her fragrance line stuff. And this one I think I actually bought to use, maybe. It might actually be sealed. So I think I have one up there that I've been using. I'll keep this one sealed. Either way, love the Kiss Him, Kiss Her fragrance. Definitely one of the weirder things that Kiss has done. But I'm being honest, it's really quality stuff. Even after, what, '06, so that's like 14 plus years. Even then, it's still, quality stuff. My wife wears it. I bought it for her half ironically thinking, ha ha ha, I know you like perfume, you're looking for a new perfume. Here's Kiss perfume. What do you think? She goes, I love it. I dig it, for real. So over the years, I've been buying for her to use and then buying for me to collect and to save. So I'm going to add that to that part of the collection. Now, okay, are we done? Or is it still Christmas in August over here? I really got to be careful and double check. There was one time, I'm not kidding, I probably shouldn't say this, but there was one time where I got a package, I opened it up, and whatever it was inside, I was so excited about that I just forgot about or didn't care about what else was in there or might have been in there, because I went right to my room and right to here in the Kiss room and had whatever it was and put it up and was taking pictures of it, whatever I was doing, and then totally forgot that there was something else in that box and actually threw that box away. Don't worry, I did dig it out. I did find what was in it, but not till like a couple of days later until it hit me. I was laying in bed and I think I threw some Kiss merch away, and so I went digging out in the recycling bin and found, I think it was something like an ad, something that's very flat and something that isn't real heavy, isn't too big, can easily get lost in a box, especially when you're excited about whatever the heck else it was. But yeah, no, so I don't know what it was, but I did leave something in the box, toss it out, and then have to come back a few days later and reclaim it. But anyway, so I'm extra careful now about throwing stuff away, but it does look like Christmas morning out here. I can say with 100% certainty that was everything. So yeah, cool stuff. Cassettes, CDs, and Kiss perfume. Oh my, got some. Oh geez, here we go. Halloween mask and the vinyl 45. So actually, what's also interesting is Jeb and I actually just unearthed some Kiss stuff that had been tucked away and hidden for, not kidding, 10 years, a whole decade. Jeb called me and he goes, you're never going to believe what I just found. I'm like, what? He goes, I went digging through some of Dad's stuff, some of our stuff, and storage, some of this old stuff, and I came across several Kiss items that we used to have, that Dad used to have. So I'm bringing them over, man. You're not going to believe this. So I will share that with you guys as well. So one thing that I think it was our dad's. I'm not going to unroll them. That would just be ludicrous. That would just be asinine. But so I have 2 Kiss posters, which, yeah, great. That's exactly what I need, more posters. But I have these 2 Kiss posters. They're both from the Farewell Tour. This one actually does say Farewell Tour. This one actually looks like it's from the Psycho Circus era. But I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I really don't. Maybe at some point I'll become a vendor and I'll start selling some of this stuff to people who actually have room, have space, and can hang this stuff up. But for now, it's just really cool to have because, like I said, these were my dad's. And it's funny because even though he was a collector, he was not a collector. He collected sparingly here and there, occasionally, but he never displayed hardly any of it. Some of it was, he had magnets on the fridge and maybe, Kiss figures and Kiss shot glasses, but most of his stuff was tucked away, and I never knew he even had it. And even to this day, I'm still finding stuff that I never knew he had. I had all of his other posters there and behind that camera. But now I can add 2 more. And let's see, what else did we unearth? There was something else. Where did it go? Got it. Okay, so this Psycho Circus plaque, this was actually Jeb's back in the day. It's missing a knob up here, so that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, I hope that's not too much of a glare and you can see what I'm showing you. But anyway, it's a Psycho Circus plaque. I don't think these are not real autographs. I don't even think this is real gold. It's literally just some cheap plaque. But I love Psycho Circus. I don't know why. Probably because that was our first Kiss album. And thematically, graphically, it's very visually stunning. Love the production on that album. There was a slew of Kiss merchandise released around Psycho Circus era. And so, even to this day, and we'll get to some more of it, I'm still collecting Psycho Circus stuff. But this was actually, again, just hidden away in a tote, tucked away, along with, and I don't know if I'll get this out, but okay, yeah, I am. This is crazy. So everybody, of course, knows the convention tour back in '95 when Kiss was performing, doing acoustic shows. They had a traveling Kiss museum, all that really cool stuff. So our parents went to the Kiss convention up in Indianapolis on July 13th. For that, I was like 2 months old at home with a babysitter, of course, boo. But they were out having a good old time at the Kiss convention. And we had one of the passes, one of our parents' passes, let's say dad's or whatever, but mom's, the other pass, was gone, lost. And I thought, well, at least I have one, but we actually found the other pass. Now, these passes are really cool because not only are they signed by Gene Simmons from that event, both of them, but Dad also, over the years, brought them back to various other events and got them signed by Ace Frehley at the Day of the Dead convention in 2011, right around there. Eric Singer's autograph, Bruce Kulick, and then even, which one? Both of them have Tommy Thayer on it. So I mean, these passes are signed by a lot, not every KISS member, but a lot of KISS members. And again, we had one. I'm glad I have the other one now because we have the full set back. I keep all my passes and usually have the guests sign them to every KISS Expo I go to. So it's really cool to have the passes for the convention that my parents went to. Very cool stuff there. Was there anything else that was unearthed? I keep saying unearthed. It sounds very dramatic. Let's see. I don't think so. So I'm going to move on to the other stuff because Jeb has been coming in clutch a lot lately. I think you can see it. Maybe not. Can you see the Psycho Circus plaque gold CD? Jeb picked that up for me and said, hey, you don't have this. You need this. You love Psycho Circus. Boom, check that out. He hooked me up with the Psycho Circus plaque. I just showed you that. Now check this out. This is a Psycho Circus in-store display. Something about in-store... Oh, wait. Graphic designer. Right. Okay. Something about in-store displays I absolutely love. You can see here on the back it has an easel. So it would, stand up in the store, I'm assuming, around where the CDs were being displayed. There isn't a year on it, but I'm going to go ahead and assume it was 98. I doubt they'd be selling... I mean, maybe, but promoting Psycho Circus in like 03 or 09, no. So I'm assuming it is from 98, even though it only says Polygram Company with Mercury's logo on it. Still very, very cool. Something about in-store displays. I have a few around here, but it's always a treat to see stuff like this because this is I've worked in retail. This is the kind of stuff that you just kind of put it up on the shelf and then you take it down, you toss it out, throw it in the garbage, and you set up the next promotion, the next sale, whatever it is. So lots and lots of stuff like this just gets tossed and thrown in the garbage and probably ends up in a landfill or in, getting burned and cremated or whatever. But this, to see this, I mean, it's a little beat up, and I know that Psycho Circus isn't the 70s or anything, but Psycho Circus has been like, 15, 20 years. Not 20 years, but still really cool to see something like this. And again, thank you, Jeb, if you're watching this after I've recorded it. But thank you for getting this for me and picking this up. I'm probably at this point going to have to just find a place in my room to make a Psycho Circus areas specifically, because like I said, I love collecting Psycho Circus. And anyway, so just keeping on with Psycho Circus. Check this out. This is a lenticular, I'm assuming it's a promo poster, but it's a 3D lenticular poster, just like the album cover is, and it is huge. I think this is like 2 foot by 2 foot, something like that. But of course, if you move it, it does what the album cover does, opens the curtain, shows you the faces. Super awesome. I have no idea where I'm going to put it, but again, I just love collecting Psycho Circus. I do have one other 3D poster somewhere, but don't think it's as cool as this. This is super awesome. I really hope I can find a place to put it and hang it up. But either way, I wanted to show everybody this because I think Jeb only got this for $5. Why? I would have paid 5 times that. I'm not giving anybody no hints. But yeah, super awesome to see the Psycho Circus promo. I'm assuming it's a promo. Again, there's not really any information on the poster itself, but nevertheless, moving on, I wanted to at some point do a follow-up to another video on this channel. At one point, I had done a KISS collecting video just in general, kind of like what I'm doing right now. A little bit shorter, though. I was talking about some stuff that I had purchased maybe at that time and how I had just gotten my KISS collection set up and how cool it was and on and on. But I wanted to do a follow-up to that, mainly because I wanted to mention maybe something that could help other KISS collectors out there. If you're like me, because I don't know if you can see side frame here, but I like to collect drum heads, specifically Eric Singer drum heads. And for years, I struggled to properly display drum heads. I used to just kind of put a tack on the wall and hang the drum head on the tack. And, it worked, at least right up until somebody, would bump the wall or slam a door real loud, or maybe, stomp on the ground and, shake the wall or whatever, and here they come crashing down. And that's not good if you got drum heads, especially if they're autographed or stage played. No, not good. So I used to actually use, where's it at? I used to use one of these things. It's like a little wire stand that I found for really cheap on Amazon. I used to use these for a while, but I do not recommend these because not only are they just too short to hold a drum head and you risk it falling backwards and tipping, but these little points right here will poke, not like through the drum head or anything, but it definitely puts a little dent in it, and you don't want that. So what I tried to do was find a substitute for that and find a way to properly or better display drum heads. And so here's what I found. Here's what I found that works best. It's just a little easel stand, very simple, and again, very cheap. I'll put a link in the description for you if you want it. Now, the reason why these work so much better, number one, they're taller, okay? I use these for 10-inch, 12-inch, 14-inch drum heads. It works for all of them. I'm not sure how high this is, maybe 9, 10 inches, something like that. But it's enough support for a drum head. This is a nice, rounded, softer edge. It doesn't butt up against and poke through the drum head as much as those wire stands might. It's got a wide enough base to support the drum head. I recommend these if you're wanting to better display those. Again, if you're like me, wall space is already, heck, shelf space is pretty scarce too. But yeah, if you need an alternative way and a very cheap solution for displaying drum heads, I recommend these. Check the description. I think you can get drum frames. You can get drum heads framed or buy frames or make your own, but that's just really expensive. And again, these are just a couple bucks. So you might as well just stick to something that's really, really cheap, but also really, really effective. And that's what my goal was for trying to display those. And this works super well. I just use those wire stands now for putting CDs on and things like that. But anyway, so, okay. Do I have anything else I need to share? Yes. Yes. How did I... Okay, so last for best. This is super awesome. So if you remember several episodes ago, I had Rob on from the Right Between the Eyes podcast. He and I were at the Dayton show together, and then we also shared the soundcheck experience together, which was super awesome. And while we were hanging out backstage, Eric Singer himself actually walked through, and he was talking to people and took some, not to us, but talked to fans, got some photos, was hanging out, shaking hands. And to us, that was just super cool. Like, whoa, there's, Eric Singer standing right there. And he and I are both drummers, both Kiss fans, and both huge fans of Eric Singer. That's one, some of the things we have in common. And he actually sent me this Eric Singer poster. How awesome is this? This is not just, a copy or anything. This is an original. It's a Pearl promo poster. Actually, it's a Pearl promo poster promoting Eric Singer, one of their signature... Actually, it's a signature snare drum, and it actually has Kiss and Alice Cooper both on it. So that makes me think it's like, what, 08 maybe? I don't know. There's no year on it. 06, 08. Now, it does say they were printed in Japan. Now, I thought that was really cool and really neat that they were printed in Japan. But thank you, Rob, so much, because you didn't have to do that, man. That was super nice of you, and I love this poster. I actually put this behind my drum set because it gives me, inspiration, and I don't have any room in here, but I really want this to be hung up, so I put it up behind my drum set because it gives me inspiration, and also I'm just a huge Eric Singer fan. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. I do have one last thing here. Gosh, so much stuff. So this little thing right here, you can see is actually a light. This I got from Etsy. It's not official. I will say that. This is not official merchandise. I found it on Etsy. It's a little light. If you've seen other episodes of the podcast, you know that we had another light that we used to use for the show, but it just messed with the lighting way too much, and it just blew everything out, and so we stopped using it. But I don't know how this translates to camera. If it's a little bit more subtle, but yeah, it's got plenty of colors to switch through, and it even, like you saw earlier, kind of fades through each color. So that's super cool as well. Now oh, how did I forget this? Speaking of Eric Singer, I gotta be very, very careful because it is broken. This was part of the unearthed, if you will, the Kiss stuff that we found that was put in boxes and totes and hid away. So this is an 8x10 that's actually been autographed by Eric Singer, but again, I gotta be careful because the glass is broken. this has been tucked away for 10 years. I would say either 2011 or 2012, one of those expos when Eric Singer was up in Indianapolis. But I have a couple already. I'm going to have to find. I'm not looking forward to after this episode when everything's done and it's cut and it's just me sitting here. I got to figure out where all this is going. And if you're a Kiss collector, you know that that's like one of the hardest things to do is to find room for things you don't have room for. But that's just the burden that we Kiss fans have. But yeah, so when all this is said and done and this episode's over, I'm gonna have a heck of a time. And I'm gonna take a drink because I'm really thirsty. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Obviously, this is my first solo run. I've never done a podcast episode by myself, but I thank you so much for joining me. And if you're watching this far, you're definitely a Kiss fan, a Kiss collector. And so what I want to know from you is, what are you collecting? Even if you're not a collector, even if you don't like overly, nobody needs to just overly collect. But even if you're just, something small, share it with me. I love that stuff. What's like the rarest thing you have? What's something that, you just want to share? What's something that you have that you love and you want to share? I love to hear all that stuff. Drop your comments, and then be sure to like us and follow us on Instagram if you want even more Kiss content than just this. We have awesome stuff on Facebook and Instagram. And, I mean, you're already here on YouTube, so you might as well subscribe there, too. Again, thank you, everybody, for joining me. I will definitely see you next time on the Kiss Army Things podcast with my brother next time. Anyway, thank you for joining me here on episode 32 of Kiss Army Things podcast. My name is Xander.